Well, welcome back. I am delighted to see you here as this is a very important session. Here we're going to be covering off what the blocks are that prevent people from experiencing the kind of wealth that they desire and recognizing them when they show up. If you're not currently experiencing the kind of wealth or the level of wealth that you would love, it's because there's something in your way. And quite often it's something that you've been doing. It could be unconscious or it could be conscious, but there's absolutely a way of releasing this and healing it and letting it go. So really pay attention to this session that we're covering off. Because the truth is, as you look at yourself in the mirror, that is the person that's holding you back from success. However, the great news is that's also the person that can take you to where you want to go. So my intention is to really help you get out of your own way, to stop the ways that you've been blocking the success that you desire in your life, and to have you experience it more greatly and harmoniously, and of course, with greater ease as well. So, in the very simplistic way that I can explain it, the blocks to success, the blocks to wealth are simply negativity. And that would be negative thinking and negative feelings. It's sometimes saying words that are negative, that are destructive, but those words are coming from thoughts. That's where they originate. So if we understand where it originates and we make a decision that we're going to do something about it, we can change it. We can unblock that flow, stop those impediments. So some people have a fear of the future. They're thinking they'd love to create better results in the future, but they're afraid they're not going to be able to do it, that it won't come through, that the results won't be there. They're living in fear rather than faith. Maybe they're afraid of being alone. Maybe they're afraid of failing. Maybe they're afraid of success. People are afraid of success as well. They're afraid that it means that they have to sacrifice some particular area of their life. But if fear is there in any way whatsoever, if fear is in your experience, it simply means you're blocking the flow. Another way to notice if you're blocking the flow is if you have any bad feelings at all about something that's happened in the past. Maybe you're feeling bad that you've become consumed in debt. Maybe you're feeling bad that you haven't presented or created the results that you desire. Maybe you're feeling angry at someone else and you're blaming. Blame is a very negative state to be in as well. You could be feeling resentment, guilt, anger. Maybe it's about yourself. Maybe it's about someone else. Doesn't really matter. Those feelings are negativity and they are in your way. They're literally blocking the flow. Or you're understanding the materials. Maybe you're a great student of it, taking lots of courses, lots of programs, reading books, listening to audios, watching videos, but you're not doing anything. You're hearing about these ideas, but you're stuck in the knowing and doing gap. In other words, you're a great student, patting yourself on the back for being a great student, but you're not implementing anything. That's why throughout the Money Marathon, I am making recommendations on exercises and implementation. Plus, there's an entire class on disciplines, daily disciplines, which is absolutely an essential part of this. Think about this. If you wanted to go into your kitchen now and create a recipe or bake a cake, a chocolate cake, and you had the recipe. And of course, part of the recipe is chocolate, but you didn't put it in. Are you going to get a chocolate cake? No. What if you forgot the flour? Not happening, right? So there's so many pieces of this puzzle, if you will, or pieces of this ingredient, this recipe that must be there. All of it. That's why it's been created the way it's been created. This is an essential part of it as well. So action is very important. So even as I'm talking about these things, as you heard in other classes, the one that what I covered off on the language of wealth, you understand that you got to stop saying things that are negative. What do? You say things and you affirm things that are positive. That's an action. All right. So you could be someone who's actually taking action, but it's not the right action. Maybe you've learned from some other source on what you need to do, but you're not doing it or you're not doing enough of it. You know, I have been teaching success principles for many, many years. And I hear people who get frustrated with their results because they're investing 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening and they're not getting the results. But what's happening in the rest of the day? What's happening those other 23 hours and 40 minutes? Like, are you actually doing things that are putting you in the right energy of attracting what you desire? Are you taking action throughout the rest of the day, or are you in destructive mode? A lot of people do that. They move forward, they move backward, move forward, move backward, but mostly they're moving backward. Or you just don't believe in yourself. You don't feel worthy. You don't feel like you deserve the success. And as we talked about in our session in the Money Marathon, the pre-marathon training about self-image, you haven't been working on it. That could be another reason, more negativity. Or you simply, hear about these things, you just don't believe it. Oh, I don't believe in these laws of the universe. You can't see them. You're thinking that nothing's happening. You're not seeing any results. Or you're saying, well, show me the evidence first, and then I'll move on to the next thing. So that's all negative, destructive thinking and feelings. And as you know, and very likely know, is that success involves believing in the unseen. That is an important part of success. So you got to build that belief system within you. You've got to create the faith within you. Or you don't really have a desire. You don't have any enthusiasm. You got the wrong goal, or you haven't even set some goals. Those are other reasons why people are in their own way. Or simply speaking negatively, or allowing negativity from others influencing you. Other people saying, oh, you're just chasing a dream, or it's never going to work, or whatever, and you let it in. You have the choice always to accept or reject ideas. You're in control of your thinking. You're in control of your feeling as well. So you want to stay in the thinking and the feeling that is only in harmony with what you desire, and not allowing any kind of outside stimuli, whether it's a person, whether it's a thing, whether you're looking at your statements. You do not allow any of it to negatively impact you. So I want to walk you through the next part of this session on how you can release that negative energy when it shows up. Release the fear when it shows up. Release the worry, release the doubt, release the anger, release the resentment, release the frustration. Whatever negative emotion that shows up for you, you want to recognize that it's there and release it. Let it go. And what does that do for you? It literally unblocks the flow. It has everything flow, or blocks the flow of the negative energy, and then has the positive energy flowing in your life. So this technique is called welcoming. Welcoming. Now, the dictionary defines welcoming as behaving in a polite or friendly way to a guest or new arrival. Well, we're talking about negative emotions. Are you saying I welcome negative emotions like I would a guest politely? Actually, yes. What welcoming does and how it relates to creating wealth is that you're the only one standing in your way. And what this is going to do is help you create a practice that you can incorporate at any time to release the negative energy, to allow it to just dissipate, to go away by welcoming it. And what welcoming can do, and I know because I've been using it myself, it can actually create permanent results. Well, what do you mean by that, Peggy? Does that mean it won't show up again? The negativity, the worry, the fear isn't going to show up in my life? It doesn't mean you'll be without the negative energy forever and ever and ever. It means that you're going to get better at it, you're going to recognize it, and you're going to release it. Maybe it will be gone forever and ever and ever. So how do you use, or why would you use welcoming? Well, you're using this welcoming process, and I'll give you the steps in a moment. It's 2 steps, and I'm going to walk you through it. You're going to use this to eliminate these negative emotions. You see, I used to believe that anytime negativity showed up, I would just switch it to positivity, and then it would show up again, switch it to positivity. Yes, that's a good thing to do. It is a positive thing to do. But this step of welcoming is a little unique and a little different. And what it does is it actually welcomes the negative emotion because it's demonstrating a part of who you are and what you're believing. But this negativity you want gone, right? If you've ever seen a tornado or seen a movie with a tornado in it, tornadoes have the power to just destroy everything in its path. Well, negativity has that potential as well. It can destroy everything in your life. It can destroy your results. And that's not what you want. You want better results. So what do? You have the awareness. This is really where it starts and it's where it ends. Awareness is key to success in everything. So the awareness is you notice the negative feeling and you stop resisting it. See, this is where people get tripped up, is they resist it. They just pretend, it's not there. They're resisting the energy, but you notice it's there and you simply allow it to be there. I'm not saying you're going to decide to be it, to be that negative energy. So let's use worry as an example. Let's say worry shows up. Okay, you notice it's there and you say, I see you, worry. I'm going to allow you to be there and I'm going to let go by relaxing. I'm not attempting to get rid of it or change it. I'm just feeling it because I know it's there. I'm allowing it to be. And then I'm going to open my arms, and I do this actually physically. I open my arms and I welcome it. I say, hey, worry, I recognize who you are. I'm going to give you some love. I'm going to thank you for being here, for revealing to me what my blocks have been. And by giving it love, you actually release it. You're releasing it. You're not bringing it in. You're not saying, I want to own you and I'm going to keep you. You're letting it go. You're letting it go with love. So the practice involves these very two simple steps. And what are those steps? Step number one, the moment you notice a thought, a negative thought, a feeling or a response or anything that creates an emotional challenge within you, you notice it and you welcome it. Here's how you can do this. And this only takes a matter of minutes, maybe even seconds. You close your eyes, you recognize that it's there, and you open your arms. And I like to do this physically. You open your arms and you welcome it. You welcome it and you notice that it's there. Okay, step one, that's easy. Step two is you stay in awareness, and the awareness is natural to welcome it. And the moment you welcome it and you give it some love, you're letting it go. And this happens sometimes like that. And the awareness is a natural state of love. It's a loving state. And I want you to understand that when you are being loving in any way, whether it's with yourself or with another, it is so positive. It's so powerful for you. Love is an incredible emotion. It's so good. It's to build, it's to lift up, it's to cause better feelings. And that's why this works, because you welcome and you release. You welcome and you release. So the benefits are that this welcoming technique is freeing you from that emotional bondage. It allows your life to change for the better in every way, not only financially, but in every way that you desire. So start today by doing this process of welcoming. Every negative feeling is designed to alert you to the fact that you are or have been believing in something that isn't true. I love that idea. You see, when that negative shows up, that negative energy shows up, it's actually self-created. You created it. Most people don't even recognize that they're creating this in their life. They've given their power away, but you chose to take your power back. You chose to get in this marathon and make some new decisions for yourself, to get involved in new disciplines, to take some actions that are positive and progressive. From my heart to yours, my only desire is that you're experiencing everything that you desire, whether it's more wealth, more abundance, more riches, more freedom, more of everything that you desire. I really wish that for you, but you've got to follow through. And this is such an important class. This can positively change your life. I know the entire program can positively change your life. Allow it to be easy. Don't make this any more complicated than it is. I've been saying that all along in all our sessions. Choose for this. Choose for this technique. Choose for your abundance to be easy in your life, as easy as breathing in. Inhale, exhale. And as you know, in the vault, we have the prosperity breathing technique where I talk about I am prosperity. I am prosperity. It's like you allow it. You're breathing in, you're exhaling. You breathe in, you exhale. You don't have to think about your breathing. You just breathe. It's an automated response mechanism that's within you. This is what I would love for you to be experiencing after you go through the money marathon, is that this becomes so habitual for you. It's an automated way of being for you. And when it's an automated way of being for you, you get to the point that you're allowing every negative emotion to be permanently free from yourself. You're letting it go. You're understanding that it just revealed to you an opportunity to be free of it, to be free of it today. Doesn't that feel good? Maybe this is stuff, this negativity is emotion that you've been carrying with you for a long time. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it be free. It's time for you to unblock the flow. Now, I'm going to wrap up this session with this quote by Rumi. Rumi said, "The moment you accept what troubles you've been given, the door is going to be open." It's just part of who you are. It's a part of your journey. It's part of brought you to where you are today. But now's the time to let go of that negative energy and finally be free and experience the freedom that you desire to experience. So that's a wrap for this session, and I'll see you in the next session of the Money Marathon.